Greetings, people of the tarot. This is my tarot tag. What is it? Tarot tribe tag. How about that? So let's, I'm looking down, hopefully I can read this. How did you get into tarot or oracle? Well, that's a story in itself. I had a friend who I met through this gathering place. It's a long story, but we were going to start like this spiritual type earth-based institute. Anyway, she was interested in tarot, and she got out the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, what she had. And we sat there and we tried to figure it out. And I thought it was the most ugliest deck I had ever seen. And I said to myself, oh, this deck is so ugly. But I was interested. I was intrigued. I really wanted to learn. So I decided I was going to get a better looking deck when I bought my own. And we had this beautiful, we still have a beautiful independent bookstore nearby, and it's called Toadstool, with Aesop's tables for lunch. So that's how I got into tarot. And that was probably well over 20 years ago. I'm thinking 30 years ago now. Okay, so there's more, so we'll go on from that. Are you drawn to oracle or tarot or more? I am drawn to pretty much all types of divination. I'm, clairaudient? I have a lot of clairs, so I'm not just a tarot reader. I'm very, I can do anything from clairaudio to clairsentient to clair mediumship. It doesn't come all the time, but when I read tarot, that really opens everything up for me. So it's more than just a tarot reading. So I love oracle decks, especially if they're right up, that speak to me. The pictures, the artwork has to speak to me. I don't care about the books. It's got to be the artwork that draws me. If you could create your own deck, what would it be? Well, I was going to show you. I started to create my own deck. I'm an herbalist. I would love to do a proper, what I consider proper type herbal deck. I have artistic ability, but I don't have the artistic discipline to do what I want. So if somebody who is a great artist would work with me and could take my ideas and my sketches and make them into true works of art, then I would love to do my own tarot deck. Or major arcana only with herbs, because I think a lot of them get forgotten in the herbal decks I've seen. Show us your first deck, and whether it's an oracle, tarot, or one of each, which is the first you learned on. So, this is a deck. This is the back that I saw. I'm like, oh, interesting. Celtic. This is a Hanson Roberts tarot. And it's a little bit, and these are the court cards. I got it kind of in order. But the pictures spoke to me a lot more than the Rider-Waite-Smith did. And I still love this deck. I don't know if you can see with the light, but you can see how dirty it is. I think when I got this deck, I paid like $4 and something for it. So that tells you how long ago it was. I believe it was the early 90s or mid-90s that institute we were working in a group to get together came into being. So oracles I didn't get until after. Well, actually I did. I don't have it handy, but one of my first oracles was Adoring Virtue, was the Goddess Oracle. And I've had that for a very long time, probably almost as long as the tarot. If you could share a tip, let me see. If you could share a tip with someone learning tarot for the first time, what would it be? Patience. It took a lot of reading because I found a book that went with the Hanson Tarot, and I read that over and over and over and over and over and over and verbatim when I threw the cards, and it took a long time for it to click. What I'll tell you later in another question will make more sense. First tarot tuber you followed, well, that would probably be my friend Lavender Moon. And Lavender Moon, I need to send you a message. I remembered something. Anyway, Amber, I had met Amber in the 90s. 2000s. In the 2000s, yes, it was after. Yeah, so I met Amber in the 2000s, and we followed each other on Facebook. We spoke on the phone over the years, and she got into the tarot and inspired me in many ways to start really getting into tarot again, and that's when everything clicked. Okay, what was life before tarot holistic path for you? So, okay, I would say holistically, once I realized the church was not for me and I found my church in the woods, I am 8th generation back to the Salem witch trials. And I'm 5 generations through, and this is all through my maternal father's line. So my mother's father's line has been in the same area for 5 years. So I believe that a lot of my body is, and a lot of my DNA is the New England soil. So that, I think, gave me a great connection to place and space, so that I was seeing and feeling Native American space, because they were here long before the so-called white settlers, and go into a whole nother thing on that, showed up. So this is very hard to see. So this was one of my first books. Look at this. It's by Lindsay Andrew, called Flight of the Seventh Moon. And it goes all into south, north, east, west, and the corresponding directions and how they correspond to the elements. Think tarot. They're all about the elements. So this was one of my first. And I would say that was very much, I don't think it was high school, but it was shortly after high school. And this is one of my prized, is the spiral dance. Now, when I totally swore off, and I'm like, I can't claim Native American. As far as I know, I don't have Native American history. As far in the recent years as I've delved in without doing a DNA, I'm Celtic regions, Germanic, tribe, Irish, Scottish, all that. But because of the so-called, I believe, the DNA connection to the land, I feel a extremely strong connection with Native America. So much so that I decided, okay, I'm a pagan. I can't claim that as my own because I don't have any right to that. Then enter me leaving New Hampshire, living in Massachusetts, and in Western Mass, learning about herbs, working in an herb shop, and being immersed in Native American culture. I couldn't have planned it. Native American culture, Native American church, Native American ceremonies. Amazing people I met. One who has passed over, Charlie Red Talk Tom, I'm going to drop a name here, but his main area was Mount Shasta. He traveled the country because he believed that these ceremonies needed to be shared with whoever had an open heart, or what they called a red heart, and would be listened to because they did not want it to be lost. So that is carried within my soul. So that's a long journey. Most intended favorite go-to top spread. My own spread is my favorite. It's based on the medicine wheel, and there are many out there like that. It's north, south, east, west, center, earth, air, fire, water, correspondence with foundation of the issue and message from spirit. That's really the only spread I use. 3-card spreads or 4-card spreads representing earth, air, fire, and water. Those are 3. Would you... most anticipated deck of 2020. Not really. I am learning to be a minimalist. I want to purge myself of everything I don't need. So purchasing a tarot is not on my radar list, but I seem to purchase several a year that just, gotta have it, like the Forest of Enchantment Tarot. Had to have it. So that's if it really strikes my fancies. What is in your tarot wish list? If it floats my boat and I have to have it. Would you like to start reading? What were your impressions, fears about tarot? Trusting. Just trusting that I was doing good readings. That that the readings were accurate. And so what I did is, without people in front of me, I did like 12 to 15 readings. And did the readings, wrote them out, typed them out, and then sent them to people. And my accuracy never failed. And so I knew I could do it, especially with a person right in front of me. Would you like to start reading tarot? Yes, and explain what is stopping you from reading. Just like I said, I did that, and I have been doing psychic fairs. I've just recently started on tarot lines, and I just had an opportunity to come across to share an office with a local reader. So, yes. What kind have you ever gotten another reading from another reader, and what are your feelings towards that? Yes, I don't really believe in reading for yourself. For me, I can get in my way too much. It's just, I would rather get a reading from another reader. I trust that more than doing readings for myself, because I will see what I want to see. That's like me with dowsing rods. I can't use them because I can make them go anywhere I want them to go. So, no, I would rather get it from, and I do. I have done trades with a lot of people. I'll do a reading for you, you do a reading for me. I think that's a great way to start, too. If you go back to tarot tips, what kind of vibes do you like to feel when getting a reading? Tingly. I guess it's tingling. It's kind of like a high. You kind of know then that you're in the zone, and you know that I know that all my clairs and everything are open, and it's coming through. And 16, tag the next tarot tuber via YouTube or Instagram. So via YouTube, I hope you're listening. I am tagging Lavender Moon and Tarotalchemist. Please do this tag. I love you both. And I would love to hear this story, because this is more... I really like these questions. I like... they're kind of more in depth, and they're really great. So I really enjoyed this, and I hope you enjoy it too. And... many blessings. Get out there and enjoy the outdoors. And I hope life is going great for you.